my Taurus babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope everybody is having a good end to their weekend. This is going to be Taurus and Capricorn. Sitting in a tree, K-I-S-S-I-N-G. So for the sake of time, I have already shuffled and cut the cards. I can tell you, well, let me do the other stuff first. Housekeeping. Thank you to everybody that has liked, shared, and subscribed. I appreciate you and love you so much. And thank you for continuing to come back every week and hear what antics I'm up to. If you have not liked, shared, or subscribed, please do so. And if you subscribe, hit the little bell so you know when I'm here and when I ain't here. Let's see. Taurota Tarot has a Facebook page at Taurota Tarot 1. Check it out. Everything that I post here on YouTube first, but 24 hours later, I will post it up on Facebook. So you should be able to see the last 7, 8, 9 days, I think, worth of stuff on Facebook. When you get over there, like the page if you want. Okay, Taurus and Capricorn. So what I saw in the cards, before I get these out, y'all are having some difficulties. So one or the both of you, and this ain't gonna resonate with everybody, but one of the both of you have probably gone through some kind of change at work due to whatever we got going on right now. Yeah, there's the health card. It may be that one of you has gotten sick, not necessarily with corona, but just kind of not well, and the other one is pulling the weight. That's one story. The other that I'm getting is that either one of the both of you have lost your gigs and you are trying to move forward. For another batch of you, you're breaking up. So everything I just said is right here. It's right there. The thing with the recent past is that it really is the recent past, and the energy that I've been getting recently since we started going, really the planet has shifted gears a bit, is that this is not stuff that's going way back a year, 6 months. This is stuff that is more recent. So, and this reading is not any different for all of that. But if you have started having any kind of health issues, that has been a strain on a relationship. And this is a reminder, I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. So let's see what we got going on Taurus and Capricorn all day. In the Judgment, yeah, y'all got a lot of major energy. The Judgment here on top of the health card was not a decision about your health. It was a decision about your relationship, which is fucking me up. But okay, y'all got a lot of major energy. So I think a lot of y'all are changing course. Some of you are ending your relationship. There's a Lover's card in the future energy. Some of y'all are reviewing your commitment to one another. And as I say, if it's on the board, it's in play. So no matter about the past, current, future, yesterday, tomorrow, if it's on the board, it's in play. And just understand, I may not even be saying it right, but if you see it on the board, it's in play. This is getting me too. It feels like for some of you that this one has a lot of little feet to it. So there's a lot of stories. I'm trying to get the energy off the biggest energy, basically, to see what the fuck. One way or the other, you are debating staying together or getting back together. However that's resonating with you, Taurus. And this is kind of what's just sitting up on the top of your overall energy. That's the thing that hits me first. That it's sitting on top of the recognition and reward is really telling me you are looking at the whole kit and caboodle, and you are really trying to weigh out options. Some of you have not broken up with your Capricorn, but you are in a place where things have changed so drastically. Breaking up is one of the options. So take that as it is. This is you. Overall, and I know it says recognition and reward, but you really are looking at everything, the whole kit and caboodle, the whole package, and looking, trying to recognition, if there's any good to this, or it just fuck it, let's just let it go. And you are in this kind of mode. You're in that contemplative, I said it right, reflective, I'm the hermit, I'm not lost kind of mode. That's where you are. And that's, the hermit is probably the only major card not on the damn board. The bottom end of your overall energy, memories of love. I mean, this is going without saying. You know, you're looking at how you started this relationship, and some of y'all are just rightfully going, how the fuck did we get here? But understand all the changes and things that are going on. That's exactly what it's supposed to do. Shake up the energy so you can see where things are stuck or where things need to be let go. The back end, the overall, you try to take a step back and just breathe for a minute, whatever situation you happen to be in with your Capricorn, and just look at the situation and kind of contemplate, there's that word again, what is really going on. For some of you, it's almost like it's overwhelming. That's the word I want to use, Taurus. Like you, on top of coronavirus and your job furloughing you or laying you off, there's this shit. And it's just like you almost want to just collapse under the weight of all of it. Looking at the recent past, it's just what I said. Some of y'all had to make a decision about your relationship because of your health. I don't know if it was too much stress and the relationship, your Capricorn. Let me just hit pause right here and say, Capricorn and Taurus as a couple are a hard working, fuck what you heard, grind down to it kind of couple. So they don't have, when they do things, they do things. So if they're working, that's what the fuck they doing. They're working. When they get ready to go on vacation, that's what the fuck they doing. They're on vacation. But there's always an analytical point, I think, when you're dealing with Capricorn, and things just kind of come into play whether you want them to or not, because they are such hard workers. So they analyze a lot of things. I don't think a lot of people realize that about Capricorn. They're always thinking and plotting and, you know, how can this be better, or how can I make this work faster? That's how they think. And they think that way about their relationships as well. And sometimes that's where a problem can come in, because dealing with whatever sign, not just Taurus, why are you so cold? But it's just how they think. It's not necessarily meaning that they lack feeling. They just process their thoughts that way. But at any rate, digression. Recent past, some of y'all had to make a decision about your relationship because of your health, because you didn't feel like, and this may have been something akin to moving in together. Maybe you decided to hold off. Maybe one of you are sick with corona. Maybe you had the flu. Maybe it was something else, appendicitis, strep throat, whatever. But a decision was made. And for many of you, I think that may have put a damper on some things, Taurus, as far as your relationship was concerned. But it was a decision. It wasn't done lightly, and whatever it is was serious enough for you to just say, whoop, 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 whoop. We ain't ready for that just yet. And that's major energy, but that's also the energy that's playing in your present moment. Because a lot of times you make decisions about things, and then when you go back, you find out maybe you could have done something different, or you could have delayed something, all in hindsight. But that's where you are with that. From that, just take it right to the truth. And Taurus, this is you all day, looking out that window, trying to deal with whatever fears that you needed to deal with, and making some kind of decision about what direction to go in. Now, again, this is part of the story that has a lot of different feet. Some of you have recently broken up with your Capricorn, but you still have shit going on. Others of you, like, I'm gonna walk this way, but I don't know how far I'm gonna get up the road with this one. This is major energy, and again, it feels like a lot of this happened maybe at the beginning of the year, no later than Valentine's Day. So whatever kind of shakeup went on, it went on then. But it also presented you, Taurus, with an opportunity to check out what your fears are and to see what the truth of the situation was. And I think this happened maybe even before, again, we got to coronavirus. And so I don't think the pandemic has done anything but just kind of shift all of it into a better focus for you. Not that it's good or bad, but you can see it more clearly now. Moving on with that damn Chariot. Some of y'all were right at the brink of like, Some stayed. Some did actually hit the decision to say, fuck it, I'm going to stay. Others of you were like, I can't believe, and you moved on. And now, before we get into the present energy, some of you did move on, but you're still together because of circumstances. Some of you did not move on at all, but you had to make a decision to work on the relationship. However that's working for you. There's a lot of stories in here. I'm not going to do them all because it's too many. It's too many. It's too many variables. Some of you have children that caused the breakup with your Capricorn, but you get to present energy, you still, kind of trying to check out and do whatever. It's not a clear, clean cut energy. It's just kind of everything all together. At any rate, many of you did decide to move on, but you still have contact. As they're trying to jump back in that cup shit. You still having contact with your Capricorn. In some cases, this might be vice versa. It might be Taurus that left, and I'm talking to Capricorn. However it resonates, because it's all there. When you get to your current energy, dealing with that emotional withdrawal, if you broke up, or if you've made a decision to break up, when all this shit is over and everybody can go sign a lease somewhere else, you're pulling back. We don't want to deal with shit. Nobody, nothing. Dealing with transformation. And it's the death card. So for many of you, it is coming to the reality and the knowing that you really are going to end this if you haven't ended it already. And realizing that on top of everything else, you got to deal with this too. And as heavy as that energy may seem to you, don't let it get you stuck. This is not the year to get stuck. Delays are one thing, but getting stuck and becoming emotionally critical of yourself, why did I feel this way, or why did I do that, especially if you made a decision up here that went contrary to what you're doing now. Your health made you make a decision about something. Don't do that. Don't beat up on yourself. Don't get stuck in that energy. Continue to walk towards the light. That's the best thing I can tell you in that instance. Don't get bogged down with the heavy energy and just continue to take it one step at a time and walk towards the light. Your challenge, your centerpiece. Taurus, time to find out who you are. Even some of you, see them two ones up there that are remaining in your relationship with your Capricorn, it's time to begin to stand up in your own light and figure out who you are, what's your individuality, what makes you you, Taurus. Some of you, again, have just been grinding along, going to work every day, like I've been saying a lot recently. Get up, go to work, drop kids off, come home, fix dinner, go to bed. You've been doing that, and to take something like this to happen to shake up the foundation around you so you can see what's not working. Abundance is there for you, Taurus. This is really where a lot of you are stuck about moving on in terms of leaving your partner. You know in your mind you want to leave because it's not working for you or them anymore. I don't think this is a one-sided kind of thing. It feels like there's some mutual agreement in the staying together or the breakup, depending on which side of the coin you are with that. But Taurus, you are concerned about your happy ending, number one. Number two, your finances. Those are coins. And if you being yourself, this is kind of ring-a-ding-a-ling back for jobs. If you, really jump out there and take a risk on top of trying to rebuild a relationship or walk away from a relationship, can you get out there and do something entrepreneurial or another gig, another position, maybe a promotion, and still be who you are in the midst of all that change? That's your challenge. To be who you are in the midst of all that change. But you are questioning, the question mark is large in my head, you're questioning whether or not you're capable of doing this on your own. Because the question has been thrown out there. It's out there. Whether you've verbally said it to your partner or not, or whether you have just been going at it tooth and nail about staying together, it's out there. Can I do this on my own? Or if your partner is downsizing job-wise and having to take another job with less money, can you do this? Can you? Yes, you can, as long as you are you and you bring forth what you need to bring forth and not some other bullshit. I'm just saying, you got this. You got this. But again, no mistake that it's sitting underneath the truth. And sometimes knowing the truth is knowing the truth about yourself too. And that's not always an easy thing to do, especially when you're in the midst of trying to figure out what the fuck direction you need to be going in. Just saying. So this right here is nothing but a confirmation that you got this. Just be who you are. Just be who you are. No mistake. Take that knowledge. We're still in current energy. Take that knowledge to produce the material harvest. What? And for some of you, this may have been a fight with your Capricorn about how come you still working at that job anyway. I hear that very clearly. Some of you may have had that fight with your Capricorn, but you're still doing that anyway. You got more potential than that. Okay, that knowledge, that wisdom, and turning it into material harvest. Once again, confirmation. It's time to get up and go do that. More major energy. The world got you. The universe got you. Just go do it. As long as you stay true to who you are, ain't nothing but happy days. Just saying. Current energy, third eye chakra with the Lovers. You're going to have to use your intuition. Let's explain real clear on this. You're going to have to use your intuition on this one, Taurus. It's easy when you lay the cards out and the energy just comes back with Three of Cups, King of Wands, or Knight of Wands, and just player energy, cheating, 3 of this, 5 of that, whatever. It's easy. This is not easy. There's no easy path here, Taurus. So I'm saying that to tell you, you're going to have to use your intuition to figure this part out. You can sit up here and watch 500 readers for the next 2 weeks while you're in quarantine. I'm just saying. At the end of all of that, it's still going to be that purple indigo color about your intuition and you using that third eye. Do you want to make the sacrifices? Do you want to stay where you are? Do you want things to change? How do you want you and your lover to proceed? That's the question. Either way you go, if you let this go, Taurus, and the Capricorn, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I gotta give it like I'm getting it. If you let this go, Taurus, don't think you can go sit down somewhere and catch a break. It's not gonna work like that. For whatever reason, the universe has got you on a path. I think most Tauruses are on a path right now to seek and secure earth and home. And the universe is going to bend over backwards to make sure you at least have the opportunity to know what's out there. I said all of that. Yes, I did. If you decide to stay and recommit yourself, happy days. Happy days. Not maybe as smooth as you might want it to be, but if you commit, whichever way the commitment is taking you, wherever the stability is coming back here. So some of you may be thinking about emotional stability, financial stability. I have it with the Capricorn, but I don't know. It might be however you go with this. It's going to be about you making the commitment to the commitment. I'm just saying, that's where it's going to be. So there may be some internal things now that you might want to work on so that you don't end up attracting or getting around people that want to drain you versus people that are uplifting. I don't know who needs to hear that part, but okay. At the end of all of this, you may very well have a temptation to just stick your damn head in the sand and just keep going. Others of you may feel like you don't have the skill to keep going. You don't have the chutzpah. You don't have any more tears. You don't have nothing. You don't know what to do. Don't be tempted getting comfortable in this I don't know shit. I don't know if I have the skill. That's in this deck, that's one of the meanings of this. I don't know if I have a skill. Or the temptation of, I don't need this. However that's working out for you, however that's resonating for you. Don't get tempted with a whole bunch of foolishness of one way or the other. Once again, where'd it go? Yeah, right here. That's you looking out there at the cosmos, trying to face your fears about stepping forward. Don't get stuck. Don't think you don't have what it takes to do it. On the other side of that, don't overestimate yourself either. Don't get tempted to get overly anything. You need to be hitting this one kind of dead center. And again, if you know your personal truth, that should not be a big hump for you. That should be a little bloop, and you should move right on into whatever energy is coming after that. If I look at the bottom of this deck, it's right there. You moving out of the emotionally choppy shit. We'll talk about the emotions. And moving away from that into some calmer water. If I look at what's at the bottom of this deck, balance. Balance. And if you try to do this, you just want to be honest about some shit. If you're trying to do that, that's a precarious position to be in. You know, just step back one time too many or too hard and the boat gonna flip. I'm just saying. So you gotta have some balance. This is moving ahead. You're gonna have to find some balance if you feel like you don't have any. You're going to get grounded. Find some balance. And just trust that the universe is going to lead you, and your intuition is going to lead you where you need to go. I'm sorry, the reading has got so much doggone energy attached to it with all this major cards. Good grief. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. So that just tells me you've got big issues to look at, Taurus. Whether or not you decide to go on your own and leave your Capricorn, or stay but become more of an individual within the partnership, that's a possibility. That's here. Maybe you won't be doing so much because of job and position of the cooking, the cleaning, or whatever. Or maybe you will be in a position to be doing more. Just depends on what you got going on in your natal chart as to how this will play out with your Capricorn. There's no third party energy on the board, but I did see, I think it was the 3 of Cups. No, it was the 3 of Wands when I was shuffling. So it may be some stuff with work that's interfering big time with your relationship. And again, with everything that's going on, it could be one of the both of you have lost your gigs or have been downgraded in time and pay, or jobs closed and not looking hopeful for opening back up. It's a hard position to be in too, especially when it's nobody's fault. It's just some shit. Let's see what the granny cards got. Don't believe what you hear. So I don't know who that's resonating with, or who with how that's. I don't know. This is what's popping up as I'm saying that. So however that's related to you, don't believe what you hear. Somebody may be just telling you something to get you out of the way, or off the phone, or off the text message, whatever. However that's relating to you and your health and decisions you're making about your relationship. Don't believe what you hear. Keep smiling. I know Keep smiling. It's all good. Whichever way you decide to go, it's all good. Keep smiling. Get back to nature. Some of you need to spend some time outside, if it's nowhere but just on your porch. Just to breathe in some fresh air. Get up off the grind all the way. I know that's easier said than done, but go smell some flowers. That's always a good thing. Go smell some flowers. And I think in most parts of America, well, I can't say that back east, I guess it's still kind of cold here and there. Flowers should be popping up soon, though. They should be popping up soon. They're out here. Everything is out here, including the sun. Let's see. Learn. So some of you may have some things that you need to learn before you move forward, either with a relationship or a job. You need to do some things you may need to learn. So right there, and this is current energy on the board. It is trying to get more material harvest. Those of you may be thinking about being by yourself. You may need to do some more learning so you can do some more earning. However that's resonating with you. Let's see what else we got. Remember to breathe. Okay. Keep smiling. Remember to breathe. How about that? Just remember to breathe. There's nothing to hyperventilate about, nothing to get all excited about. This is life. This is what happens. We just happen to be caught up in one of the more fucked up parts of life. But it's life. You go back 100 years, you'll see something similar happening. Just know that as long as you keep moving, keep moving. Just keep moving. Don't stop. Don't get stuck anywhere. But remember to breathe on your way. Be generous. Excuse me. You may need to be generous with your time, Taurus. It may be, if you are thinking about staying in your relationship with your Capricorn, it may be a thing where you may need to just be generous with your time. You may have to be the one to bend a little bit. But don't be afraid to be generous. Your partner may need extra. And once you get past all of this, you may be, I'm going to stay. We're going to try and fix the sacrifice wherever we can. I'm going to stay. That's what we're going to do. Be generous. You may need to be more generous than your Capricorn at this point for any variety of reasons. Just pick one. But be generous. It will be given back. I promise you. It'll come back tenfold. I'm going to leave it there, Taurus. My rock ain't staying on. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. Please stay safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.